my channel. This video is gonna be a quick get ready with me. Maybe not quick. It's gonna be a little chatty. I do have a little bit of cold. I'm finally getting over it, but I wanted to film this. Usually on days like this when I'm not feeling 100%, I don't put a full face of foundation on, you know, because you're sneezing and, you know, all that fun stuff. And for me, my eyes water. So I do keep it minimal, but I still have to go to work. So I still put on some makeup to look like somewhat healthy, somewhat alive. So it's gonna be a no foundation, glowy skin, get ready with me. If you're interested, please keep on watching. So the first things that I did do is I prepped my skin. Since I'm not gonna have any foundation on, I want my skin to show. And I want it to look somewhat healthy. I like a glowy skin. I don't wanna look matte and flat. And for me, when I do have a cold, I feel like my skin gets a little bit more dry. So it needs a little bit more hydration, a little more attention. So the first thing that I did do is I pretty much doused my whole face with this stuff, and I've been like really addicted to this. It is by e.l.f. and it's the Hydrating Coconut Mist. This thing is absolutely amazing. It just like seriously, I bought this bottle, I used it, and then I ended up buying 2 or 3 for backup just because I loved it so much. I've never tried a hydrating mist that I liked as much as this. So I doused my whole face with this. I let it sit for a little while. And then I went in with my Julep Boost Your Radiance Reparative Rosehip Seed Facial Oil. 2 drops of this. I made sure that my skin fully absorbed it. I waited 10-15 minutes. And then I went in with a hydrating primer. Yes, I'm not gonna wear foundation, but I will be using some concealer. I want to put some blush on, so I did use a primer, and this is like a moisturizing primer. Again, I want my skin to be glowy. I want it to look somewhat healthy and mask the fact that I don't feel very well. So that's what I did for preparing my skin. Might look a little, well, hopefully it's looking a little glowy right now. So yeah, next thing that I did do, and I did this off camera, is I just filled in my brows just because they've been taking me a while lately for some reason. I'm trying a new brow product, so I'm gonna go in now with my eye makeup. I love a dark grungy eye look. I'm all about the warm tones. I just love it. And when I'm feeling like I don't want to have foundation on, I want to take away from the fact that I'm looking sick, so I want my eyes to show. So I will be doing a dark eye, of course, and I'm prepping my eye. For my eye primer, I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So yeah, all over the eyelid. If you're new to my channel, or even if you're here and you know, welcome back or welcome. I had recently mentioned, well, a couple times, that I had moved. So this is like a get ready chit chat. I had moved. It's been 3 weeks now since we moved. Has it been 3 weeks? Time flies. I don't know if I mentioned which eyeshadow palette I'm gonna go in with. I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air eyeshadow palette. This is pretty much all of the shades are in here are a dupe for Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I just reached for this because I've had it for a long time and I haven't really used it, so I want to use it. The first shade that I'm gonna go in is the transition shade, the one all the way at the bottom. And I'm gonna put that right in my crease, and then I'm gonna blow it out pretty much all over my lid. Okay, so let's get back into the fact that I moved. Both my husband and I, we are from San Diego originally. Well, I'm not from San Diego, but when I moved to the United States, I moved straight to San Diego, and we both went to school here, and that's how we met. We met at, you know, at university. So that's where it all started, San Diego. My family lives in San Diego. His family lives in San Diego. After I graduated college, and I did get a job in Ventura. So we moved, and then we weren't married at that point, and then, but he moved with me, and then he got a job in Ventura as well. We've always felt like we're San Diegans. Once you live in San Diego, it's just, you're San Diegan. You love San Diego. It's, I don't know, at least that's how it was for us. We used to come, drive up a couple times a month, or, you know, because our family's here and we know the area so well. We have a lot of our friends here. I had lived in San Diego for, I don't know, 10 years, 9 years before I moved out. So we used to come down and, you know, it was all good. We liked our jobs. There were definitely good jobs for straight out of college. And it didn't really, like, we knew we wanted to move back at some point to San Diego. We just kind of like in the back burner. And then we had a kid, you know, we got married and then we had a kid. Now my brothers live here, they have kids, and, you know, my mother-in-law and my parents, and in Ventura we didn't have any family. Like, yeah, we had some friends, but if my son got sick, or, you know, I can't be like calling my mom and be like, hey, come watch him for me. I can't take a day off from work or anything like that. So it was a little hard. And then we decided, you know what, it's time that we move back. We want our son to grow up around his cousins, around his grandparents. Like, we want that for him. It just so happened that it was so quick. Like, as soon as we decided that we want to move back to San Diego, my husband applied for a job and he got it, basically. And for me, I was pretty lucky that my job allowed me to keep my same position, keep my job, and work from an office here. So that's what happened. We just, within a couple weeks, we packed everything up and we moved. We had a house in Ventura. We still do. Before I continue rambling on, I am gonna go in. So I did put that transition shade pretty much in the crease, and I did put it down onto my eyelid. Now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. Don't know exactly what shade that is, but so you have the transition shade and then 2 shades down from the transition shade. This one, I'm gonna put that all over the lid. So yeah, we packed everything up and we moved. The nice thing is that the new job that my husband did get, is they had relocation assistance, so they pretty much packed for us and all of our stuff in storage. Our house in Ventura is on the market. It hasn't sold yet, so we're waiting for that to sell so we can buy a house here and move our stuff out of storage. Housing market in San Diego is, California is very competitive. Houses are very expensive, so we can't just be like, oh, we're just gonna go buy a house before our house sells. We can't afford to do that. So we're at my mother-in-law's and things are good. We get along. She helps a lot with my little boy. And yeah, we've been here for 3 weeks. So expect another move at some point. Once we actually find a home, we will be moving again. Okay, so here's where I am right now. I do have the transition shade in my crease. I did put that shade all over the lid. Now I'm gonna move on to the face because the eyes are pretty much almost done. I do want a glowy face. Like I said, my face is very well prepped. I am gonna go in with a liquid highlighter, and this is Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight in Opal. I'm gonna put that all over, you know, the high points of my cheeks, the areas that I usually normally highlight. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go in with concealer on top. Before I blend this, I'm gonna apply my concealer. So I'm gonna use two different concealers. I'm gonna use a concealer for under my eyes. That's gonna basically brighten my face a little, brighten that under eye area, and I am using my Maybelline Fit Me, and the shade is Sand. So I'm gonna apply that under my eyes. It is a lot, but you know, when you're sick, you kind of have that sunken eye area. So I'm gonna do that and blend it out. And now I blend it into that highlight that I used earlier. My sponge is dry. I didn't wet it. I just have really been enjoying using it dry. Okay, bring it a little bit on my nose. Cover up some of that redness. I'm not gonna worry too much about it because I know I'm gonna be sneezing, and I'm gonna be that redness is basically gonna creep back in, but I'm gonna cover it up a little. So that's it for my under eye. We will set it in a minute. My sponge still have some product on it, so I'm gonna drag it a little bit on my chin. And let's gonna go in with another concealer. This concealer is very close to my actual skin tone currently. It's not as brightening as the other one was, so I'm gonna use this for the center of my forehead. See, it's very close to my skin tone, so I'm gonna apply that over here. And that's basically, again, I wanna brighten the area, but I don't want it to be very obvious that I have concealer on and I don't have any foundation on. So I put that on there, and I'm just gonna blend it out and then blend it into that highlight that I did use. And there you have it. Now my skin looks a little bit more even. Doesn't look like, it doesn't have that obvious concealer, no foundation going on. It's looks a little bit healthier, looks a little bit more put together, and now I don't have to worry that if I sneeze or if I had to blow my nose that all my foundation is gonna rub off, because I don't have very thick foundation on. A little bit of concealer, like if it wore off a little bit on my nose, it's not that big a deal. It's not gonna look too obvious, but again, I did highlight and I did look a little bit more alive. I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eye area and a little bit in my forehead. And the setting powder that I'm using is the Besame Brightening Violet Powder in Translucent. This thing is absolutely amazing. Like, I have the little guy and I really wanna get the bigger guy. It leaves your skin looking so gorgeous. So make sure I don't have any wrinkles under my eyes, and I'm gonna just set it. It is very brightening. I don't know if you can tell. It's very finely milled. The only problem that I have is so hard to get out of the little pack. That's my only complaint about this. And I am gonna set a little bit on my forehead. I will be going in with some bronzer and a powder highlight a little bit later, so it will blend out a little bit more on my forehead. But for now, this is what we're going with. So I did set my under eye. I'm gonna go back to the eyes. I will be putting some black eyeliner in my waterline, the lower lash waterline. And we will be blending this guy out with the eyeshadow in a minute. But I'm using Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and the color is 0. I am gonna go in with 2 different eyeliners. One is this guy that's gonna go in my waterline, and then I'm gonna smoke out the top area a little bit with a different eyeliner. I like this in my waterline because it does not affect my contacts. I do find that some eyeliner smudge all over my contacts, so I'm going in with a smudger brush, or this guy is actually called a contour brush, and this is by e.l.f. I dipped it a little bit in that transition shade, and I'm gonna go ahead and start smudging that black eyeliner. I'm gonna start from the outside and then go in. Okay, now that is smudged, I am gonna put a different eyeliner, like I said, on the top, and then I'm gonna smudge that on. This is the Too Faced Perfect Eyes Waterproof Eyeliner, and it's perfect black. So I'm gonna put it in right on the outer area, very close to the lash line, like over here. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye, and then I'm gonna blend that out. This guy really bothers my contacts, so I cannot use it in my lash line, but it is perfect to use like I'm using it right now. So I'm gonna blend this guy out. I'm gonna bring it in a little bit into my outer V. There's gonna be some more work to be done here, but for now we're gonna leave it at that. It's not perfectly blended out, but I will go in with another shade. So how's everybody's life going? I feel like I haven't been on here in a really long time. It's just been so hectic. So now that is smudged, I am gonna go in with this brush, and this is the e.l.f. blending brush. I'm gonna go in with this brownie shade, or this brown shade down here. I'm gonna pick a little bit. The formula of this palette is absolutely amazing. And then I'm gonna go over where I applied that black liner, and I'm gonna blend it all into my crease. Yeah, I feel like I haven't really sat down and talked on here in a really long time. I debated taking a break from doing YouTube like a couple months, and honestly, I kind of just missed my friends here. So hopefully I can be back at it pretty soon, like regular uploads and, you know, updates like that. I have been trying to catch up on everyone's videos. I mean, it was rough at first because my son was transitioning to a new daycare, and like we were trying to get situated to, you know, not having our own place. My husband starting a new job, and although I did have the same job, it just the fact that I'm in a new location, it was all like transitioning for all of us. So it was really hard sitting down, filming and editing, and but I have been trying to catch up on everybody's videos. I watch everyone's videos. I try to comment as much as possible. Sometimes it's not really easy because I'm watching on, like, you know, on the go, and I can't comment on everybody's videos, but I try to show my support to all my friends. So yeah, if you feel like I haven't been there or supporting, just know that I am watching your videos and, you know, following up to everybody. So I think it's looking pretty damn nice at this point. I'm gonna darken up a little bit more. Then we're gonna go into the lower lash line a little bit. But yeah, I went in again with that same brown shade here, the darkest shade in the palette, and putting it in the outer V again. Okay, for the lower lash line, I don't want to leave it as it is. I want to kind of tie it in with the top. So I'm going to use that same brush that I used, and I'm going to go in with the same shade that I use on my eyelid on top, that kind of red shade right here. I'm going to go ahead and use that. Again, I'm going to start on the outside and then go in, because I want the most color to be on the outside. One of the things that I really miss filming, and basically my favorite videos to watch or film, are my weekly makeup baskets drawers. Oh man, so of course I was not okay with my makeup being packed all the way in storage for God knows how long it's gonna be. So I have all my makeup with me, but it's all in bins. It's not, I don't have it in drawers like I used to. Pretty much impossible to film a shop my stash. So what I've been considering doing is showing you what I have that I am using currently, and then take stuff out and then put stuff in. It's not in a drawer, it's in a travel makeup box thing. Yeah, I don't know how organized that would be, but I miss those videos. Okay, so what do we think so far? I think I'm gonna highlight my under my brow area. Wet n Wild brush. I don't know exactly which brush this is, but I am gonna go in with that lightest shade in the palette, this shade right here. It's very pigmented. I learned my lesson yesterday. I went in too much and it was like, oh God, what did I do? I'm gonna highlight under my brow with that shade a little bit at a time. I'm gonna go in first at the biggest part under my brow that can handle the most color, and then I'm gonna go inwards a little bit and then into my inner corner. I feel like every time I do an eye look, it looks so crazy until it's done. It's just, I don't know, I'm not very systematic with it or organized with it. I just go. So if you think it looks crazy at some point, just trust me, at the end it will all look good. And then inner corner. I will go ahead and use a highlighty shade in a minute, like a shimmery shade. Okay, so I put that on, and I don't like that the fact that it kind of went over the transition shade. So the same brush that I used for my transition, I'm not gonna pick anything up with it. I'm gonna leave it as it is, and I'm gonna buff that area out a little. Not the like the transition area, so it kind of blends in with the underbrow shade. I'm gonna do that again on the other eye. Again, I did not pick any product up. It's just whatever product was on the brush, whatever product that's actually in that area currently is just gonna buff it out, make it look a little bit more seamless together. Here we have it. Okay, now I'm going to highlight my inner corner, and I am gonna use the Beige Cosmetics Studio Pro brush. I honestly don't know what number this is. Oh, it's number 7. So I am gonna go in with that shimmery shade in the palette, and I'm gonna apply that. Oh God, I keep forgetting how buttery these shades are, and I go in too heavy-handed. So I'm gonna apply that here in the inner corner, both eyes, and I will take it a little bit into the lower lash line. So there we go. Are you guys fan of these chit chat get ready with me videos? I actually really like filming them, because when I do get ready in the morning, I usually am listening to someone get ready. If none of my people, none of the people I'm subscribed to have them. I just watch what other videos they have. But if there's a get ready with me or a chit chat video, I watch that. I like the background noise. One thing I did not do was use a brow mascara. I mean, I did fill in my brows, but I want them to stay in place, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, I think I am really liking the eye look so far. It's dark, I wanted that. Let's go in and go with bronzer, blush, highlight, and then we'll set the face and then mascara. For bronzer, I am using the Tarte Hotel Heiress Amazonian Clay Matte Waterproof Bronzer. Let's see, my bronzer, I need to wash my brushes badly. So I'm gonna go ahead, get a healthy amount of that, and then bronze my skin. I'm starting, like always, with the hollows of my cheeks, and then I'm gonna take it all the way up to my temple, and then down my chin. So with bronzing like this, I did blend in that setting powder into my skin. It kind of looks all seamless. I'm bronzing my hairline, but that's okay. I do have my, you know, my natural skin peeking through, and that's okay. I wanted that. I'm gonna drag it down to my neck a little bit. And then next I am gonna go in with some blush. For blush, I do want to go with something very close to my skin tone, or something that I know looks really good on me no matter what. And this is my Bare Minerals Vintage Peach Blush. I swear this guy is like the never-ending blush. It's been through 2 panning projects. It's still in my 18 and 2018. I've had this product since 2005, and no, sorry, not that, since 2013. That's what I meant to say. 2005 is like, holy smokes. No, I've had this since 2013 and it's still going. So for blush, I'm gonna keep it a little bit high up. I am gonna bring it down a little bit to my cheek area here, just to bring a little life back. See, it matches my skin tone perfectly. It blends in with the bronzer very nicely. We're gonna tone everything down in a little bit just to make it all look like natural skin. So here we go. That's my blush. And then for highlight, I am gonna go in. I did use the liquid Opal highlight, so I am gonna go in with the powder version of that. I do have a really nice pen in this product. This is also in my 18 and 2018. I am gonna use highlighting brush like this. This is basically because I want to get a more covered area with highlight. I don't want it just went in one spot. So this is what, let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna pick up the product, tap off a lot of the excess product, and then I'm gonna blend it up right here. See, I kind of brought it into my cheek area a little bit. I didn't just keep one stripe up. And I'm gonna do the same thing over in my temple area, and then I'm gonna blend it out. I'm gonna go back, same thing, tap off all the excess powder, and then blend it. There's gonna be my last step, which is gonna tie everything together. So I look a little stripy and weird, and like, how is this gonna look like natural skin at this point? But it will, I promise. There you have it. And my favorite part, and I don't know what I used to do before finishing powder, especially this finishing powder. I'm gonna go in with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, and this is the Luminous Light. Like, oh god, this guy's almost gone. I'm gonna go in with a very fluffy big brush. I'm gonna swirl my brush into this product. A brush like this tends to not pick up too much, picks up just enough. And I'm gonna blend everything together very lightly. I'm not pushing too hard into my skin because I want things to be where I put them, but I want them all to blend together. I want it all to look one. I don't want stripes. I don't want it very obvious. I basically want it, if anything fades throughout the day, I want it all to still look seamless. I'm gonna bring it down all over my face. I first started with the areas where I put my highlight, blush, and bronzer. And then I'm gonna go into the rest of my face, down my neck, and there it is. Okay, I am gonna put, I'm gonna put some setting spray on. I'm gonna spray some setting spray. I'm gonna put my mascara, and I'll be back and we'll put a lip color on. Okay, so I put my mascara on, and for lips, I do get pretty chapped lips, and I don't like that look when I'm sick, so I'm gonna keep it glossy, somewhat of a low maintenance. I am gonna use my Laura Geller Color Luster Lip Gloss in the shade Sugarcane. So here it is. The focus is the eyes, the face is looking glowy, lips are looking somewhat juicy. Here we go. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!